My stepbrother got $3 million at mom's funeral. My stepsister got the family home worth $1.8 million. I got a broken watch that hadn't worked in 30 years. They laughed. The lawyer looked embarrassed. My stepdad smirked and said, "Well, at least you got something, Emma." That was 4 months ago. Before we continue, please subscribe the channel and comment your time zone where are you watching from. Yesterday my stepbrother called me at 2 a.m. crying. The 3 words he said made everything make sense. "You were right. But I'm getting ahead of myself. To my husband Richard, I leave our shared investment portfolio, valued at approximately $1.2 million, with gratitude for 18 years of partnership." Richard nodded, as if confirming a business transaction. To my son Bryce, I leave $3 million from my personal trust, with hopes you'll find work that fulfills you. Bryce actually fist-pumped. In a lawyer's office. At his mother's will reading. To my daughter Olivia, I leave the family home on Lakeshore Drive, valued at $1.8 million, free and clear. Olivia was already Zillow the property value. I could see her screen. The lawyer, Mr. Chen, cleared his throat and looked at me with something that might have been pity. To my daughter Emma. Daughter, not stepdaughter. Mom always said daughter. I leave my personal effects, specifically my mother's wristwatch, currently in my safety deposit box. Silence. Then Bryce laughed. A watch. That's it. It's sentimental, Mr. Chen said carefully. It doesn't even work, Olivia added. Mom kept it in a drawer. I tried to wear it once for a vintage look. Dead battery or something. Richard leaned back. Diana was always attached to odd things. Emma, you're welcome to stay for family lunch, but I'm sure you need to get back to work. Dismissed. At my own mother's will reading. The watch was in a velvet box, navy blue, worn at the edges. I lifted it out. Gold case badly tarnished. Leather strap cracked and dry. The face was ivory with Roman numerals, and the hands were frozen at 4:47. It was exactly as I remembered from Mom's dresser. Heavy. Vintage. Broken. I turned it over. The engraving on the back made my breath catch. Dr. Time stops when you're not here. AM 1994. Dar Diana Reeves. Mom's maiden name. Not Richard Harrison. Not Dad, whoever he was. I never met him. Someone else. 1994. 2 years before I was born. I almost put it back in the box. Almost left it there. But something made me press the small crown on the side. The winding mechanism. Click. And the back case popped open. Not a battery compartment. A hidden compartment. Inside. A folded piece of paper, aged and delicate. And a small silver key taped to the paper. My dearest Emma. If you're reading this, I'm gone, and you've been brave enough to look closer. This watch belonged to your grandmother. My mother, Elena Rossi. She gave it to me when I left Italy at 24, pregnant with you. Running from a life I thought I didn't want. I was wrong about so many things. The key opens Studio Number 7 at the Riverside Arts Collective, 1247 Commerce Street, Cleveland. I've kept the lease for 30 years. Paid in full through 2026. Everything I couldn't tell you is there. Everything I couldn't be is there. Everything you need to understand is there. You were never the daughter who wasn't quite enough, my love. You were always the daughter who was exactly right. I'm sorry I was too afraid to share this while I was alive. I'm sorry Richard never understood you the way I did. I'm sorry you had to feel like an outsider in your own family. The watch is broken because I broke it deliberately the day I decided to stay in America and marry Richard. I stopped it at 4:47 p.m. The moment I chose security over passion, comfort over art, fitting in over being myself. Don't make my mistakes, Emma. The watch can be fixed. So can you. Oh my love. P.S. The studio's utilities are under the name Elena Ross. I anglicized it. The building manager, Mrs. Kowalski, knows about you. She has the only other key. Studio 7. A Diana's space. I wondered when you'd come. You knew my mom. Knew her. Sweetheart, she was here 3 times a week for 28 years. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday morning. Like clockwork. Even the week before before. Mom. 3 times a week. For my entire life. What did she do here? Mrs. Kowalski smiled. You'll see. But Emma. Don't be angry with her. We all need somewhere we can be fully ourselves. Your mother just needed it to be private. Inside Studio 7 *. The space was larger than my apartment. North-facing windows. Perfect light even in evening. The walls were covered, floor to ceiling, with artwork. Not just artwork. Her artwork. Paintings. Dozens of them. Maybe hundreds. And they were extraordinary. Abstract expressionist, bold colors, emotional and raw. Some were clearly inspired by me. A series called Girl with Paint in Her Hair, showing a child me at different ages, rendered in golden ochres and deep blues. Others were darker. A series titled The Comfortable Cage. Beautiful houses with bars made of light. One entire wall was a series called What I Gave Away. Self-portraits of mom at different ages, each one leaving behind an object, paintbrushes, sketchbooks, a beret, a dream. In the corner, covered with a sheet, was her workspace. Pulled it back. An easel with an unfinished painting. Started maybe weeks before she died. It showed 2 women, clearly mother and daughter, both holding the same broken watch. But in the painting, the watch was coming back together. Pieces floating up like reverse explosion. The title, written in pencil on the canvas edge. Inheritance. Beside the easel, a portfolio. Inside, acceptance letters. Guggenheim Fellowship, declined 1996. Venice Biennale invitation, declined 2003. Solo show at MoMA PS1, declined 2008. Artist residency in Florence, declined 2015. All declined. All opportunities she never told anyone about. And beneath the letters, a gallery contract. Signed last year. Rosa Fine Arts, Columbus, Ohio. Partnership agreement for posthumous exhibition. Estimated value of collection. $2.4 million. With a handwritten note from the gallery owner. Diana, your family will need this. Emma especially. Make sure she knows she comes from brilliance. Rosa, my mother, my quiet, gave up her dreams, supportive wife mother, was secretly a brilliant artist worth millions. And she left it all to me. I don't understand why she hid this from me, I told Maya over wine. At her kitchen table that night. I'm literally an art restoration specialist. I would have understood. Maya, ever the therapist, leaned forward. Would Richard have understood? No. He thinks art is a nice hobby. He literally said that at dinner once. And what do you think would have happened if your mom had chosen this life? Gallery shows, residencies, being gone for months. I saw it clearly. Richard would have left. Bryce and Olivia would have resented her. The comfortable family life would have shattered. She chose them over herself, I said. She chose all of you over just herself. But I feel guilty. The watch was supposedly worthless. And now I have a $2.4 million art collection while Bryce and Olivia got fixed amounts. Emma, your mom was an artist. This wasn't about the money. This was about giving you permission to be yourself. What if I sell it all? What if I use the money to quit the museum and, I don't know, travel? Be impractical. What if you don't? That was the real question. Your mother made me promise 3 things, Rosa said, showing me around the gallery where Mom's exhibition was being planned. The walls already had placement markers. The show was scheduled for February, 3 months away. First, that you would be the one to decide if the show happens. Not Richard, not the other kids. You. Second, that if you choose to sell any pieces, I help you do it right. Fair market value, no pressure. Some artists' kids get exploited. And third, Rosa smiled, that I tell you the truth about why she kept this secret. She led me to her office, pulled out a folder of photographs. Diana and Richard's engagement party. Diana looked radiant, but I looked closer. She's not wearing the watch in any photos after she met Richard, I realized. Your mother told me that Richard proposed on their third date. She was pregnant with you, broke, living in a friend's spare room. Terrified. He offered stability. Father for you. A real home. But he made it clear that he didn't understand the art thing. He saw her graphic design work as practical, acceptable. But painting, exhibitions, that was self-indulgent. His word. So she stopped. She paused, Rosa corrected. That's what she told me. I'm just pausing until Emma's grown. But pause became permanent. Until 5 years ago when I saw her work at a community show and hunted her down. Why did she agree to plan this exhibition if she knew she'd never see it? Rosa's eyes filled. Because she was dying, Emma. The stroke wasn't sudden. She had a series of small ones over 6 months. The doctors told her. The big one was coming. She had maybe a year. The room tilted. She knew. And she spent that year creating the final paintings. Getting her affairs in order. Making sure you'd understand. The exhibition was always meant to be posthumous. She said, I don't have the courage to face Richard's disappointment while I'm alive, but Emma will be strong enough to face it. For both of us. The call came at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. Emma. It's Bryce. He sounded wrong. Not drunk. Tired. What's wrong? The $3 million. I put it all in this crypto fund. The advisor was this guy I knew from college. Seemed legitimate. Government-backed. He said. My stomach dropped. Bryce. It's gone. All of it. The fund was a Ponzi scheme. FBI raided the office. This morning. I'm not getting any of it back. My lawyer says I might actually owe WE money because I referred other investors. I should have felt satisfaction. I didn't. I'm sorry, I said and meant it. There's more. The money was supposed to cover Dad's medical bills. He's been hiding it, but he needs surgery. Double bypass. $400,000 after insurance. I was supposed to. And now I can't. Richard needs heart surgery. He's embarrassed. Won't ask you for anything. But Emma, I'm asking. Do you have anything? Anything you could spare? I know you don't make much. But even $10,000 would help with. Olivia's came via Instagram DM the next day. Emma, I need to talk to you. Not as sisters. As someone who fucked up. We met at a coffee shop near the museum. Olivia looked different. No ring light, no perfect makeup. Hair in a ponytail. The house has termites, she said. Structural damage. The inspection. Mom had before she died somehow missed it. Or maybe she knew and didn't want to worry anyone. $300,000 in repairs. I can't afford it. My influencer income was all fake. I was buying followers, buying engagement. It's all dried up. I have 17 real followers. 17. She laughed bitterly. I have to sell the house. At a loss. Dad needs it for his surgery fund. And I can't even give him that. I'm sorry, Liv. No. Don't be nice to me. I posted selfies at Mom's funeral. I called your job cute. In front of everyone. I treated you like you were less than us because you chose meaning over money. She looked at me directly for the first time in years. You're the only one who actually knew Mom. We were so busy performing. Being her kids, we never actually talked to her. Did you know she painted? This was the moment. Yes, I said. I knew. I told them about the studio. The paintings. The gallery show. The value. Bryce went pale. Mom was worth. And she left it to you. She left you both millions too. Which I lost, Bryce said. Because I'm an idiot who thought I knew better than everyone. Olivia was crying. She left me a house full of memories and I wanted to sell it for my Instagram career. I am everything wrong with our generation. Stop, I said. Both of you. Here's what's going to happen. They looked at me like I was suddenly a different person. Maybe I was. The gallery show is in February. I'm not stopping it. Mom wanted her work seen. But here's what I'll do. I pulled out my phone, opened the photos I'd taken of the paintings. This series, Girl with Paint in Her Hair. It's about me. 10 paintings. Rosa estimates $800,000 for the complete series. I'm keeping one. The rest go to Richard's medical fund. Bryce started to object. I held up my hand. Olivia, this series. Home is Where the Art is 5 paintings. Estimated $400,000. That covers your house repairs. Emma, I can't. You can and you will. But there's conditions. They waited. Bryce, you take a salaried job. Real job. No more schemes. Surface level. You're like her. You feel things deeply. You see beauty in broken things. He gestured at the painting called Inheritance. The one with the watch. Coming back together. What will you do with all this? I'm selling some to pay for your surgery. Emma, no. Not all of it. The painting's about me mostly. I'm keeping the ones about her journey. And I'm keeping the studio. I'm going to finish her last painting. You paint. I restore paintings. It's time I tried creating them. Richard was quiet. Then, I never said it, but you were good for our family. Even when I didn't know how to show it, you made us better. More real. Did I? Or did I just make you all feel obligated? Both, he said honestly. But I'm choosing to focus on the first part now. If you'll let me. I'll let you try, I said. Not forgiveness. Not yet. But possibility. The Rosa Fine Arts Gallery was packed. Art critics from New York, Cleveland, Columbus. Collectors. Mom's old friends from the Arts Collective. Standing in clusters. Crying and laughing. Mrs. Kowalski had a whole entourage from the building. And in the corner, looking completely out of place. Richard, Bryce, and Olivia. Bryce was in a Target vest. He'd come straight from his shift as assistant manager. He wasn't embarrassed about it anymore. Olivia was filming, but differently now. Real footage, real reactions. She'd started a YouTube channel about her mom's hidden artistic life. 48K subscribers. All real this time. Richard stood in front of the Comfortable Cage series for 20 minutes. A critic from the Times approached me. These are extraordinary. The emotional complexity, the technical skill. Where did your mother study? Nowhere formal, I said. She taught herself. Dole hours. Created in secret. The best kind of artist, the critic said. Driven by necessity. Not acclaim. Red dots appeared next to paintings. Sold. 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 The series I'd kept, what I gave away, had a placard. Not for sale, artist's family collection. A woman approached me, maybe 60, elegant. Emma Reeves. Yes. I'm Adriana Moretti. I knew your grandmother, Elena Rossi. In Florence. I saw the exhibition announcement and flew in. My heart stopped. You knew my grandmother. Elena was a remarkable painter. Never famous but brilliant. Your mother inherited her gift. I'm glad Diana's work will finally be seen. Elena would be so proud. She handed me a card. If you ever want to visit Italy, see where your grandmother painted, I'd be honored to host you. The Rossi Villa is still in the family. Your family. Another inheritance. Another hidden world. But this time I wouldn't wait. Bryce manages 2 Target stores now. He's dating someone he met in his financial recovery support group. They're both rebuilding. He texts me. Memes about retail life. We're not close, but we're real. Olivia's YouTube channel, The Hidden Artist, has 200K subscribers. She tells stories about artists whose work was discovered posthumously. She's actually good at it. We have coffee every other week. Richard had successful surgery. He's dating again, a woman who owns an art supply store. She's teaching him to watercolor. He's terrible at it. He sends me pictures of his attempts. We laugh about them. The studio is mine. I paint there Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday mornings. Just like Mom. I'm not great yet, but I'm learning. My restoration work at the museum pays the bills. The painting feeds my soul. The watch I had it repaired. It runs now, keeps perfect time. But I keep it set to 4:47 as a reminder that some choices can be unmade. Some broken things can be fixed. And some inheritances aren't about money. They're about permission. Permission to be complicated. Permission to choose passion over practicality. Permission to be yourself, even when it's inconvenient for others. The money from sold paintings is in a trust. Interest covers Richard's ongoing medical care, helps Bryce and Olivia when they're genuinely struggling, and funds art scholarships for women over 40 returning to creative work. Mom would have liked that. The exhibition traveled to 3 cities. The critics called Mom's work a testament to the artistic voices silenced by domestic responsibility. The New Yorker did a feature. Someone's making a documentary. Mom's not here to see it. That's the part that still hurts. But her work is here. Her truth is here. Her gift to me is here. Last week I finished restoring her final painting. Inheritance. The broken watch coming back together. I added one element she hadn't. A small paintbrush in the daughter's hand. The one who's receiving the watch. Not just receiving. Creating. In 2 weeks I fly to Florence. Adriana Moretti is showing me grandmother Elena's work. I'm bringing the restored watch, finally returning it to Italy even briefly. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. At Mom's funeral, they laughed at the broken watch. They were looking at the wrong inheritance. The broken watch was never the point. The broken watch was just the key. The real inheritance was permission to fix myself, piece by piece, until I found the parts that were always there, just waiting to run again. Mom stopped her watch at 4:47 p.m. on the day she chose safety over art. I keep mine set to the same time as a reminder. It's never too late to start again. If this story touched you, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to remember that the most valuable inheritances aren't about money. Drop a comment below. What's something worthless that became priceless to you? And don't forget to subscribe for more stories about family secrets and finding yourself in unexpected places. Next week's story. My sister got Mom's engagement ring. I got her old typewriter. What I wrote changed our family forever. See you then.